much the ghetto. It's giving ghetto fabulous, but that's all right. We're gonna work it out.
Hello to the YouTube girlies. We are here.
You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and put the show on the good YouTube because it's part of the branding. So Instagram, catch it over on YouTube. Watching this, getting real tired. Hey, YouTube.
Hey, y'all.
How y'all doing?
Ooh, the ghetto over here, okay?
Girl, who you telling? We holding on by a thread, okay?
I had intended to come to the people today with a mocktail because I was like, I need to curb my drinking. Then I had the day that I had, it was like, I need a drink. I'm having wine. I'm drinking the red, the Snoop, the what do you call this? 19 Crimes Cali Red, because girl, it just feels right.
Listen, I understand. Let me tell you how your girl got drunk unintentionally. I didn't have the Cali Red. I just had the regular Cab Sav 19 Crimes. Real quick, and I was like, oh, the bottle is no longer here. The bottle's gone. We drank all of it. Okay.
Happens to the best of us.
Child. Anyway.
Let's have you for pop culture, child. We're going to get in and out. This is going to be quick and dirty, friends. So if you're watching the replay, we will drop down timestamps down below so you can skip to your favorite shows. And let's get started. Do you have pop culture for us this evening?
We absolutely do. But of course, if you don't know who we are, we're Black and Curious. I'm Deja. That's Kendra. She said she's over this shit.
If you didn't know, you wasn't gonna know. Go ahead.
Baby, now we can do the pop culture. Sis already introduced her drink, so I'm just having a little agua fresca, a little mango with a splash of Grand Marnier and tequila lime juice.
You in my neck of the woods with the Grand Marnier.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't tell you. I made a blackberry sangria for my girls' night in a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, very, very.
You know, I love me a Grand Marnier, a little splash of Grand Marnier in my old fashions.
Child, I like the old fashioned though. I around streets. I do.
You know, that's my drink of choice. The girls will be like, whenever I go out, it's like, well, what is the closest thing to an old fashioned? Sometimes I'll dabble and give a little more, give a little less, but the girls know it's an old fashioned for me.
Let me tell you, okay, sidebar, y'all. We just catching up and carrying on because today's been a day for the girls. Why I be drinking the old fashioned? And she was like, Mother T was like, "Ooh, that's an old man's drink. That's what my daddy was drinking. Your pop." She was like, "Can't you be trying to get fucked up, huh?"
Let's get there quick. Hello.
You gotta love the parents. Anyway, on to the pop culture.
Let's do it.
So, I'll tell you, at 4:00, I was like, I ain't got nothing, but I perused the streets. Yeah. So in Sweetie Pie news, we've been talking about them for the last couple of weeks. Sweetie Pies has effectively they closed their St. Louis location yesterday.
I heard it was a Mississippi one still existing, but
okay. But I'm like the original location is in St. Louis, so they have shut down altogether, which I'm sorry to see that. But then I also saw on Miss Robbie's page that Miss Robbie's still out here putting out music. Ain't she like 80 something?
Yeah, Miss Robbie. Miss Robbie was trying to have a resurgence anyway on Sweetie Pie. But yeah, I mean, it was sad because it seemed like obviously if you watched the show, it seemed like she had been trying to pass this down to Tim. So she had wanted him to kind of get into the inner workings of the business, and he had done all this expanding and all of that stuff. So, and this business employed her entire family. So I'm sure that they were making provisions, but you know, the different locations were managed by different family members, et cetera, et cetera. The cousins were working behind the bar and all of the things. So
it's just
I feel like, yeah, it was very a family affair. And it seemed like Tim was sort of the linchpin that she was putting in place as her succession plan. And now he's incarcerated for killing his nephew.
Yeah. So
hate that for that family, for the whole family, honestly.
Yeah, and if you pop over to Miss Robbie's Instagram, I want to say that it's Miss Robbie or Miss Robbie Sweetie Pies, something like that. If you pop over there, you can see the full little iOS press release or Instagram press release. Anywho, so your girl, everybody, Candron's fave, Miss Rinna.
Y'all know I do not Lisa Rinna at all. At all.
It's all right.
What did this clown say today?
The doll is wanting $2 million for her next season of The Housewives of Beverly Hills, and she's demanding that she gets so. And I think this is from Radar Online. Basically, they were saying, some sources were saying, also floating around on Instagram, the Instagram reporters were basically saying that Kandi doesn't, or she's trying to get to the level of what Kandi makes. Apparently, Kandi makes over $2 million. So I'm like, all right, Kandi, shout out to the Black Queen being the highest paid housewife, because that's what it sounded like to me.
I'm gonna say this. It pains me to say this. It hurts me to my core. I was listening to Carlos King's podcast, Reality with the King, and I went all the way back to the first episode with Giselle. And the first episode with Ebony. It was actually Ebony was on the first episode. We've talked about Ebony here a few times. I'll link it I'll link it up in the cards. But she was saying something about there needing to be a force multiplier. So basically somebody who is always around to keep the mess started and keep the party going. Unfortunate, and like basically every season needs like the linchpin, and then like also somebody to like irritate the linchpin to keep things going. So basically she was saying, I didn't watch much of New York, but Ramona is kind of like the mess, but Ramona needs a foil. That's what's missing from Roni right now. But also, like she was saying, you know, there's the Karens of the world, and everybody loves the Grand Dame, but she needs Giselle to keep the party going. And I think
she has to have the opposition.
As much as it pains me, Lisa Rinna is the person who keeps the party going on this franchise. So I think maybe she doesn't get all of the $2 million, but I think she's going to get a nice come up off of this negotiation. And
I would like to see, I'm interested to see what the payout is for the housewives across the board, because you making $2 million, like what in the, like, and what? What is this? That is literally like, once you hit that mark, that's reality TV gold. Like just
and
out here.
I cannot stand Rinna, but like this show without Rinna keeping all the mess stirred up, like in all of the mess, Rinna has either been in the middle of the mess or lit the match. And
we just gonna move on, y'all, because
I don't know who carries it if Rinna's not there. I don't. Like you either have to hate that person or you have to love to hate them. Dorita's not strong enough. You either have to hate or love to hate the person. Kenya's another one. You need a polarizing person. I don't like Kenya very much, but Kenya keeps the party going. I don't like Rinna very much, but Rinna keeps the party going. I love Giselle, and she keeps the party going. So it's like,
we love Giselle. Well, she just
gotta have somebody to keep the party going, you know. So we'll see.
Touche. Go ahead. All right.
Moving on.
Last but not least, fan favorites over here of Miss Rihanna. She is actually doing the Super Bowl for 2023. She posted it yesterday. So all this stuff is basically
an official.
Yeah, she put the football photo down at the bottom. That's her. This is on her Instagram. It was posted yesterday.
It had a caption?
No, girl. So I'm assuming I heard it in other places, but like because she also posted it, that's why I was like, well, let me just go ahead and throw it up there. She's doing the headliner.
I heard it was a teaser. I saw it was a teaser, but I didn't hear an official announcement.
We could be wrong, you know. There you go. But that's I've heard it so many times now, and then I went over to her Instagram and saw this photo. So she could be playing with us because we ain't finna never get no new music.
Let us be very clear. This is a Rihanna stan account, okay? On my end, this is a Rihanna stan account. Deja don't stan nobody, but I do. So, but go ahead.
I mean, I love Rihanna, but you're right, I don't. I don't stan anybody, but I really love Rihanna. Okay, so on to the mess. Where are we going first?
Well, we were just talking about Housewives, so let's do Real Housewives of Atlanta. We were just talking about Candy.
Child, I don't know what the hell happened last night. I was not paying attention. That's why I put that thing up on the stories. It was terrible.
It was just
Candy's reenactment of everybody's shade. Yes, that's my read. Okay.
Here's the thing, right? So this actually just proves what I was talking about with Brenna, right? Kenya was nice this season for the most part, except for with Marlo. Kenya was actually really nice this season, and it did not keep the party started. It did not keep the mess going. Kenya is the force multiplier. And when she is not at her most Kenya, then you get a stale season. And it was stale.
It was like, stale. I feel like, what's her name? The actress. That's what we're going to call her because
Drew,
as our Olympian pointed out, she be acting when the cameras come on. And since she said that, I can't unsee it.
Yeah, Drew.
I just can't unsee it. I'm just like, girl, what is really going on?
And I really thought, I thought Sonya was going to bring it because of her previous reality TV experience, but she didn't really give it to me either. Like, she was kind of, and I feel like Drew wants to be that girl, but Drew is not that girl because she has to.
She be trying to act like such. Yeah,
right.
It's like acting, like with the dog scene, the dog bones and foolishness.
100%. So
like, baby,
she
did not
bring
that. So I'm surprised that they did not bring the lapdog, as Drew calls her. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't bring her out onto the couch to talk about their little dramatic scenes because they've done it in previous years. Like in the last season when LaToya was there, they brought her to the reunion. So I'm like, what happened? I would have rather her crazy ass be back on the show than
honestly, they could have just as well like wrapped this up in 1 to 2 episodes max. We did not need a 3-part reunion. There was not enough mess for a 3-part reunion. It's rare. It's rare. I felt like the only reunion that really needed like 3 parts was Beverly Hills last season, but also it really didn't need 3 parts because the first part was garbage. The second and third, when they got in Erica's ass, is when it was good.
But it's always like that. I feel like they just be trying to drag it on. So soon enough, we'll have Potomac, and I think it's a new housewife in the cast or in the mix. So we'll see that in 2 weeks? I think they come back on the 9th, something like that. So, the other Black franchise, we'll see how this goes.
Looking forward to it.
Girl, let's do Ready to Love, child. Because I don't feel like we've done Ready to Love in a minute.
Okay.
So for me,
what happened on this episode?
This here episode was the away trip. So you had everybody at the house. Yeah. And so
except LJ.
Excuse me, Lord.
Who was probably back at his ex-girlfriend's house.
Girl, that's where the hell I was going. I don't understand why Trinika is talking about he is still her strongest connection. Girl, he is still bellies with that other lady, and she told you right in your face.
But also, like, I think it's just because Trinika has very like light connections with the rest of these men because she's number 3 on everybody's list, and so that means she's not number 1. She's not going to make it.
I mean,
except LJ. She might be number 2, 1 or 2 with LJ, but LJ is still with that other lady.
Who he like?
Did he like somebody else? I thought he
had a few. Because Looney is gone.
Oh, Looney's gone. That's right. Looney is gone. And Charisse has her eyes trained directly on Samson. So yes, you're right.
Child, Charisse won't never checking for anybody, not even Samson. Let's just be real.
Not particularly, but
she's trying to ride to this show out to the end. Everybody is, at least this season, I don't get actor vibes like we did with the DMV folk, the first one. But
I do want to find Charisse's esthetician office. See what she's doing.
I like that they did show her at work or like in her office, like it's like a med spa, right?
Yeah, it looks like a med spa.
Well, we can go and peruse, let me know, friend.
See if I can find it. I'm looking for an esthetician.
Baby, they need to send LJ home. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
Like, 100%. I think Samson is up this time around, and somebody else. I don't remember who the other person was at the end, but like LJ need to go home off the string.
God damn it, not Mike. What's the other one? Oh crap! The one we said was Boomerang. Looked like Boomerang.
Oh, Swayze. And I'm like, why are y'all trying to send Swayze home? I like Swayze.
I think it's just because here's the thing that I really believe about this show.
But you don't like Kadian either.
I don't think that's true. I think he does like Kadian. But they were very, very affectionate during this whole entire show. I mean, this retreat.
The retreat, because hello, they were trying to get to the ushy gushy. Like, that's the vibes that gave me. Like, we out here, like, it was very touchy. They were more touchy-feely in this particular episode than I've seen them be in any other episode. Right. And granted, you don't see everything on camera, but
clearly. But this is my gripe with this show, right? The show's premise is that you're supposed to find your connection. And I think there should be a certain point where you can say, this is my person, and not necessarily be off the show. Like, the show's point is to connect. So if you find your connection early on, I don't think that, and you're set on that one person and you're trained on that one person and they're trained on you, I don't think that should eliminate you. I think you should be able to opt into that connection and exploring that connection until the end. I don't like that we get... I know that, but I don't like that we get to the end and they're voting off these people with strong connections. If the point of the show is to find connections and they found strong connections, then why are we voting them off?
Your guess is as good as mine. Will Packer Productions, y'all let us know, okay?
That's my thought. I just think at a certain point they ought to be able to just say, no, this is my person, and the rest of you can play in your pool, which is basically what they do anyways. And you just hope that you find your connection late enough in the season that you can stay on till the end. I mean, that's really what it is.
I mean, I'm saying, but I'm not getting the vibe. Well, lies. I am getting the vibes of desperation because Sharice ain't really feeling Samson. Swayze and Kadian don't really, they just don't bang. The vibe I get is like, no, not the Nats. Anyway. The vibe I get is very much like, I'm just trying to bang and see what's up and then go on about my business.
That's the vibe I get from oh, go ahead.
When he was talking to his boy about like their beefing or whatever, like they have very similar personalities, so it makes sense that they're attracted to one another, but I feel like it's like combustible. Like it ain't gonna last long term.
That's the vibe I get from Mike and what's her face?
Kayla.
Yeah. Well, yes. A lot of chemistry there. But those two I don't think need to be together. He need to go be with the flight attendant lady.
Yeah. I think that because at the tail end of this last week's episode, basically Mike is like walking up to her and telling her at the end that he has interest in her, whatever the case may be. And it's just like, child, that's trying to save face. He don't want nobody to know that he really want to bang with you like that. Because he don't. It's very much like closeted, side piece. And
and that is exactly. And at the end of the day, it was after the flight attendant lady. Well, I can't remember her name. Anyways, the flight attendant lady, Brandy. After Brandy left, I think is when he was starting to try to be all in Kayla's face, and it was like, girl, if you don't get the hell out of here,
hello,
you ain't had nothing to say to me this whole time, and please go away.
Listen, okay. I feel like there's nobody that can be as terrible as Camille was in the history of this here show. However, Kayla is running up to be a runner-up. She's on the way.
You think so?
Because I'm like, yes. Like her attitude is just disgusting.
Oh, I don't think so.
She and Kadian are like very...
Oh, I don't think Kayla's anything like Kadian.
No, not that they are similar. It's the attitude for me. It's just kind of like ick. Like, okay, everybody is here to date other people. So like the way that Kayla goes up, initially I did like her, but the last couple of episodes, the way that she's like communicating about other people on the show, I'm just kind of like, ugh. Meanwhile, none of these men are seemingly checking for you outside of RHOA. I still don't know what his name is.
I don't either. Randall. But here's the thing about him. Like, I feel like
what's like none
the
of
girl? I think that he likes. Gosh, I just remembered her name and now I forgot it again. Anyways, he likes the one that he was the most connected with. Yes, Jamala. He likes Jamala, but Jamala's getting ready to be like, I'm done with this. So then he's probably gonna fall into. So he's probably gonna fall in with Kayla because Jamala is over him, and it's like, why would what is happening here? Like, what are you doing?
So, before we leave this here show, I'm a stickler. If you watch this regularly, I'm a stickler for bad wigs. I am also a stickler for horrible makeup. just bad makeup in general. Okay. Jamala is giving us casket sharp. That whole retreat, Mama looked like she was like, it was, I don't want to wish death upon her, but it looked like someone who was casket ready.
Not great.
We're not even giving it. No, that was bad. She looks sick. It was green.
The person who irritates me the absolute most, well, there's two. God, I cannot remember anybody's name at this point. With the arm wrist thing.
Oh, Trinika
in that headband wig drives me up the wall. Up the wall.
Child, and that wig when I look at her face,
I'm like, when I look at her face, I'm like, you're so pretty. Why do you have that thing? And the other person who drives me crazy is Kayla, because I think Kayla is beautiful.
And
but that wig because it be lifted, and her roots be coming through, and her roots look like my roots. And it's just like, what is it giving, boo? What is it? She is gorgeous to me. She is She is just like, what is going on?
Child, you guys,
if you have
live
not
down there.
I know, which is why I keep it simple and just go with my natural hair. I don't try to make my hair do nothing that is not going to do. I embrace humidity. And so it's big, and it's big and it's fluffy, and I don't try to make it defined. I don't try to make it nothing, because the humidity said no, ma'am. So
the other person, even though she's no longer on the show, she left last week, was Looney, and remember she had like this is so bad, but like it was like the red edges around the braids. And it was like, she did her makeup. Understandably, you do your baby hairs or whatever, and then you go in and you do your makeup. Okay, I get it. But like, it made it look like her hair wasn't actually braided. Like she had like a braid wig glued on.
She might have. I'm just saying, we did an episode about a full Ready to Love breakdown of all of the things we were stressed out about. So, if you're interested.
Bad wigs and bad makeup. This year season is astounding. It's abundant.
It's just so aggravating to me, because it's like, one thing is somebody who is, already just kind of regular looking, and they have on a bad wig. You just be like, okay, girl, fine, whatever, just do you. But like, these women are beautiful, and they do not do themselves any favors with any of their hair or any of their makeup, and it just drives me up the wall. That's
how I be feeling about, you know what? I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna be good today. I ain't gonna say nothing else. I done said enough negative stuff about these here people. So
let's do Love and Marriage Huntsville right quick. Did you watch?
Child, I'm glad to see the Holtz communicating much better and seemingly.
So first of all, let's give a little background. This episode is the wrap up of the retreat. Lewis and Tiffany done left the retreat early, child. Martell and Mel, they seem like they're getting along a little bit better, but they're only bringing their evil together against Miss Wanda. So
like, it's only a matter of time, child, for that shit explode.
And then what else is happening on there? I think that was pretty much the high points. But go ahead. What were you getting ready to say about Mel and Martell?
I'm just happy to see that they are coming together, you know, as you said, to conspire with their evil against Wanda.
Yeah, they're
we gonna see.
They're conspiring. They're combining their evil powers combined. Not Kimmy being the bone collector though. So Kimmy went and told she was running information to and fro.
But like, let's be honest, Kimmy is always running information to and fro. We just like her. Like she also would be like, yeah, I told it.
And like, that's what I respect about Kimmy. It's like, if you said it, just say you said it. So anyway, she was telling she was running information to Mel. Well, she and Mel had met and they were talking about Melnika. And then Kimmy ran that information over to Destiny and Tisha. And then Destiny took the information to Martell. And Martell now is like, I thought we were better than this. Now we were on the same page. He came, right. And like, basically, like Mel came by the house. I thought we were on the same page. We were getting better. We're getting on the same, you know, just being able to like at least communicate with each other without cussing each other out. She came by the house. Like, I thought we were better than this. And now I'm hearing that she's talking shit about how I cheated in the past before we even got married. So I feel like he was kind of irritated, which for once in my life, I am Team Martell. A broke clock is right twice a day. Twice a day, the broke clock is going to give you the right time. And Martell I understood why he felt hurt. Like, man, I thought we were trying to get on the same page. Like, I brought the kids by to kind of try to soften things up. And then you came by the house so we could, you know, combine our evil powers. And I thought we were better than this. So hopefully he realizes it was before they kind of got back on the same page.
Agreed. I also feel like too, like there's the thing that's missing in this telephone game is the time frame. So to your point, like this was all done and said long before, or maybe even around the same time that either he came with the kids or she invited him to go on the next vacation down in Destin, because it's something they've always done as family. So anyhow, the thing that got me though was when
invited him to go on the next vacation. I could see them two getting back together, especially how they were talking to each other. I was like,
hello,
y'all ain't over each other yet.
No, not for real. I'm like, y'all two fine people. Okay, just fine together. Made some beautiful children. Y'all, I can see it. Love and hate. That's why it's a song. Anyway,
but like down the line, and then Martell talking about, oh, I'm ready to be married again. Sir, are you? Are you sure?
Are you sure?
You sure? Are you sure?
I don't know what's going on with Martell, but we never know. Okay, like
I think he did like being married. I think he also liked being single and married. So
that's what he liked. That's it.
He liked being single and married at the same time.
So when he runs it to Melnika, she's like, you know, so what if I was? The way she responded to that made me feel like they was absolutely having a say back in the day, and might be doing such now, or have done so in the last couple of years since the separation.
Since they've been divorced.
I'm like,
and it was good to see Destiny support him while he was trying to shop his wine around. And then Destiny's Madani soft relaunch. Please, Destiny, stop it. Just open the damn store and let's and have a reception and leave us out of it. Like, girl, if you don't just have a happy hour and tell people to come by and get a glass of champagne while they shop, champagne and shop. This grand soft relaunch, girl, please.
Well, I think she's doing all of it together with the suites, because I guess the issue was trying to get ownership of that building, and so because the suites are behind the
suites are not done. There are no suites. because she was saying that she was saying that. She was like, yeah, the suites were stalled because I was trying to get ownership of the building and we couldn't come to an agreement. So I don't think she ever did the suites, because remember, she was supposed to be doing the suites with Marceau.
Okay. Well, we missed that. I guess
so
we're
it's
gonna
my
find
understanding that the suites are not done and that she is just reopening, grand soft launch, reopening this store.
This title, grand soft launch reopening. Girl, how many words do you need?
A soft relaunch. What is a soft relaunch? What is a The people have been here for a soft launch. The people have also been here for a real launch. They have shopped your store. Is a soft relaunch. I added the word grand. I will say I added that.
For all of that, it just
however, what is a soft relaunch?
It may as well just be a grand reopening, okay?
It seems like you just need to open the store and offer champagne. If that's come by for a glass of champagne and shop at 6 o'clock on a Saturday. That's what it sounds like you need to do, Destiny.
Girl, Kendra is over, y'all. Okay.
I'm over it. Why do people need to, like, every time they open an envelope, they want to throw a party? And it's like, you don't need to throw a party for that. That's not a party. It's not needed for that.
It's part of the show. They got to have the drama. They got to have events for the drama to happen, because not everybody is going to be hanging out. Clearly, you have not seen Mel film with anybody. I think the only person she filmed with briefly, she filmed with I'm about to call her Madani. She filmed with Kimmy and Destiny. Yeah. And then the Valentine's Galentine's, was that this season?
Yeah, it was. That was and it. She filmed with everybody. But after that, she hasn't filmed with anybody. I hadn't even noticed that.
Right. So I'm just like, the only way we're gonna get the drama and keep the party going, as you were saying, is they gotta have these fucking functions so that the people can come together.
And now Miss Wanda gotta have a food truck to set up for Martell and Mel, evil powers combined, to be out there acting up.
I'm just curious as to whether or not that food is good. Like, because the way Marceau was acting when she had the food tasting, the look on his face when they were sitting there eating, it looked like it just wasn't hitting. It was just like regular food. So he's been very adamant about not investing in this.
Here's the thing about me, okay? If there is one thing I love, it is a potato. And that thing, it's a loaded baked potato. So a baked potato with all the toppings that you want.
I mean, we used to have it at the mall out here. That mall is now closed. That was our college mall.
Like, look, I'm like,
the little razzle dazzle.
Listen, that used to be, okay, full disclosure, that used to be something that I ate a lot as a kid. Like, my mom we would make like chili and just put it on a baked potato. Or even after that, like in recent years, I used to like put a baked potato and like make a shrimp scampi and put on that with some. With some broccoli. My God, that is delicious. I'm not a cheese eater, so I wouldn't put cheese, but you might sprinkle you some cheese on there. But like maybe with a nice little, like a garlic butter, and you cook the shrimp down in a garlic butter and pour that over a baked potato, my God, please. Miss Wanda is on to something for the girls like me.
I mean, she's in the right place down there in the South. They in the deep South. We are Southern. We're what are we, South? Yeah, we're south of the Mason-Dixon. Girl, do you know your geography?
South, yes, we is South.
I was like, girl, do you know your geography? Anyway, okay, let's move on. What's the next show?
That's it. I didn't watch nothing else. So, did you watch anything else?
I'm like, I don't watch nothing. I don't know what I watched. Clearly, hello, I told you I didn't remember nothing about the Housewives. Did we do everybody? Married to Medicine. We didn't do them.
Oh, no, but I didn't watch that. So you can go ahead.
Go ahead. This here setup, I don't know what was going on as to why they were having like a function at Jackie's house where everybody came in scrubs. Even the non-doctors were in scrubs. I guess they had
Jackie
some sort
had a function at her house.
Hello,
how big was it?
Girl, no.
Was it a lot of people?
Function. It was the cast. That was it.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
I didn't see
Jackie
nobody
had
else.
the girls over on occasion, but Jackie ain't having nothing at her house. Jackie go to her house with Peach Child.
And baby, let me tell you, they was outside in the cold. She had heat lamps. I was like, so full disclosure, sitting here watching this week's episode and listening to Jackie, I said, Jesus, I am Jackie.
What a mood. What
I am Jackie.
A mood.
Her mannerisms and the way she was talking to her husband about, like, this episode was particularly disgusting. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I don't know why all these old ladies on this show want to talk about sucking dick and who dick is bigger, and that's what was happening on this here episode. There was a moment where Heavenly like went off. She talking about how her mama died, and she said that something about the you bitches is weird, and then she stormed out. And then when she got outside, she was talking about how I got a man and my man dick is big. Girl, wait a minute. No, auntie, don't nobody want to know that. Don't nobody want to know that. Then you had
Heavenly talks about it a lot. She's like,
she does, but that was the most vulgar. That is the most vulgar I have heard it. Okay, I was not prepared. But then when you had Jackie in the house talking to her husband, I don't remember his name right now. It escapes me because I was so disturbed because Jackie is mama's age, okay? So when Jackie said something about second or like head or something like that, to like, right, girl, no, this is disgusting. I don't tune in to see this every week. I love y'all, right? But like, no, ma'am. I understand.
I'll fast forward in a minute. So you've already told me what I need to fast forward to, because I definitely fast forwarded. I'm like 2 episodes behind. So I fast forwarded through all of Quad's speech because I was just like, girl, what is this?
As you should
I will fast forward in a minute.
Quad talk a lot.
And she'll be saying a lot. Like, and listen, I love Quad. She cracks me up. I think she is the seasoning that the show needs, because them girls were dry when they had Quad as a friend of. They gave Quad her little stethoscope back real quick.
Quad ain't even a doctor, girl. Shut up. So
she not, but it's married to men. So the people either have the stethoscope. What? The stethoscope.
Are you feeling the alcohol poo-poo?
Girl, yes, I am.
Ooh, feel real good.
They either have the stethoscope or they can get one from their spouse. So Quad got one from the Goodwill, but she's there with her stethoscope. And I stand.
Woo, child. It's hot in here.
I stand. I love Quad. Quad cracks me up, but she talks too much, especially when she gets the microphone in her hand. You be like, girl, Quad, what did you talk about, girl?
Not a lick of nothing, child. We ain't got this.
Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, hold up.
You were telling me that I'm going to have to fast forward through the doctor's wives and the doctors talking about sex. Go ahead. The aunties.
The aunties talking about
the golden girls, as they call themselves.
Yeah, I understand. Do you, baby? I know we still out here getting it, okay? But don't nobody want to know that. Don't nobody want to know. That's
quiet as it's kept. I don't be want to know a whole lot about anybody's sex life, but certainly not the Golden Girls. Okay,
child, speak for yourself. I'm nosy. You know, if you're trying something different, tell me, girl. I want to know.
I am not that kind of nosy. God bless.
Listen, it is not my fault, okay? So for all of my friends who was out here doing a whole lot more than I was doing back in the day, blame them hoes, because they was telling me all the tea. So now I'm just like,
well, yeah. At that time, yeah, like tell me all the tea, but I'm just kind of like, okay, girl. Sure. Go off. So
anything else happened? Outside of that, the biggest drama on this particular episode is Anila's house got broken into. We saw that at the end of the previous week. This week, Anila and other members of the cast are like low-key alleging that it was a setup. And so next week, when we actually see all the girls together, Anila asked the lady that they feel like it was a setup. So, and I feel like what they're trying to allude to is that Toya had something to do with Anila's house being robbed. And because also at the same time that her house was robbed, Toya had a party. And so Heavenly says, I think in one of the confessionals, like, isn't it a coincidence that Anita's house gets robbed the same day that Toya's having a party? And I'm like, that's fucked up. Why would you do that? You doing too much now.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. I don't say Bravo is to blame, but I think that the people have to be more careful. Meaning,
totally, because
not to victim blame, but they're showing the outside of these people's homes. If you know these areas decently well, you can figure out where they are. Yeah. They're showing the outside of their homes. They're showing the inside of their homes, sometimes whatever view they're facing. Like if somebody wants to rob you, they can case your house well enough to know where you are
and what your habits are. Yeah, you're right.
And what your habits are. So I think that Bravo needs to do a better job of like not necessarily showing everything. So either you're going to show the outside of the house or you're going to show the inside of the house. But once you get to the point where you're showing literally every single thing, like that, it's too much. It's too much. And we've seen too many robberies or people breaching the entrances of like with Candy.
Like Candy and Marlo.
Yeah, they breached.
But I feel like Marlo lives somewhere where it's not gated per se.
Yeah, and Marlo looks like she's in a regular house. Marlo and Dorit and Kyle's house was broken into before Dorit's house was broken into. Yeah, and it's just like it's too many. Yeah, so it's like it's too many of them to the point where I feel like Bravo should be, I don't know, showing maybe the facade of somebody else's house, or maybe they do. I don't know, but it seems like these people are able to pinpoint these homes too easily for my taste.
Pretty much. So that's all, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for watching the replay. Yes, we don't know what we was curious about this week, because I know I don't, and Kendra never do. So we just gonna move right on along and say goodnight. Hope that you all like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure that you are checking out blackandcurious.com, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Whoo, child, it is hot in here. Oh, this is still live. Hey, y'all. What is happening, Mercury retrograde girl?